Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we take you back to Friday, 2nd of September, 1977, to the Silver Bowl in Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania, where the Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes host the visiting Marian Catholic Colts. Game time at 8 o'clock. And now the starting lineup for the Marian Colts. At split end, 23, Ronnie Reynolds. Left tackle, 71, Dave Grant. Left guard, 66, Mark Zara. Center, 54, Paul Zahusky. Right guard, 64, Bob Jones. Right tackle, 76, Dave Trice. Tight end, 83, Mark Cotner. Quarterback, number 1, Jim McCullion. At wingback, 20, Rich Valgowicz. At tailback, 32, James Agosti, and at fullback, number 33, Mike Chikilli. And there you see the remainder of the Marian Colts 1977 roster. The head coach is Stan Dick, assistant coach Tom Bonner, Tom Andrzejek, John Conley, Rich Whitehick, Lou Chichi, and Gino Poli. And now the starting lineup for the Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes. At left end, number 82, Jake Karpinski. Left tackle, 70, Vince Giacomini. Left guard, 67, Ed Cuff. At center, 52, Herb Solomon. Right guard, number 68, Jim Ambrose. Right tackle, 73, Emmett Kent. Right end, number 81, Greg Kent. At quarterback, number 9, Danny Rupp. Left halfback, 23, Robbie Zabarak. Right halfback, 27, Damian Mariano, and at fullback, number 37, Seth Mazer. And the rest of the Red Tornado 1977 roster. The head coach of the Red Tornadoes, Joseph Jazz Dimnick. Assistant coaches, Al Santos, Jim Sheehan, Joe Greco, Andy Bugnas, Lenny Guarna, and Gary Hawanik. Superintendent of Schools, Joseph B. Warner. High school principal, Steven Zarlinski. Athletic director, Ken Splitt. Team photographer, George McPhee. Team physician, Dr. Joseph Greco. And the team trainer, Tony Mazzella. The officials for tonight's game, Paul Dorish, Paul Pugh, Wally Whitmer, Wayne Baker, and Franny Vitero. And there you see the team photograph of the 1977 Red Tornadoes. Marian Catholic's kickoff is taken by number 37, Seth Mazer, at the 11, and he pitches it back to number 23, Robbie Zabarak, who returns it to the 30. Number 83, Mark Cotner on the tackle. First and 10, Red Tornadoes on 30. Rob Zabarak on the pitch, gets 4 yards out to the 34. Brings up a 2nd and 6 at the 34. Zabarak again gets the pitch, trying the left side, and picks up 1 to the 35. Red Tornadoes now are faced with 3rd and 5 at their 35. On a reverse, quarterback number 9, Dan Rupp, to Zabarak, to number 27, Damian Mariano, who takes it to the 40. First and 10, tackled by number 22, Bill McFadden. First and 10 at the home 40, quarterback number 9, Rupp's pass is picked off by number 23, Ron Reynolds, and returned to the Mount Carmel 47. Marwine making the tackle. First and 10, Marian at the Red Tornadoes 47. Number 32, Jim Agosti, picks up 1 to the 46. Number 37, Seth Mazer on the stop. 2nd and 9 at the 46. And Agosti loses 1 as Greg Sakavich, number 66, comes in to make the stop. 3rd and 10 at the 47 now. Quarterback number 1, McCullion, back to pass. is sacked by number 86, Tony Chicatano, for a loss of 11 yards back to the Marian 42. And now it's 4th and 21 at their own 42. Number 33, Mike Chigilli's punt, taken by Zavarik at the 20 and returned down the left sideline all the way down to the 48. 28-yard return. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes on their own 48. Quarterback Rupp on a pitches out to Zavarik. Zavarik gets around the right end and gets down, evading tacklers all the way to the 33. Number 52, Joe Sniski making the tackle. 1st and 10 at the Marian 33. Number 37, Seth Mazer, gets 6 to the 27. 2nd and 4 at the 27. The handoff goes to Mazer again. This time he stood up at the line. No gain. 3rd and 4 at the 27. Rupp pitching out to Robbie Zavarik. And Zavarik takes it to the 19, number 79, Jim Marks on a stop. 1st and 10 at the 19. Zavarik again, straight up the middle. Number 66, Mark Zara, making the tackle after a 3-yard pickup. 2nd and 7 at the 16. Zavarik breaks outside, but the play is nullified. A holding penalty against the Red Tornadoes puts the ball back on the 28. Repeat 2nd down and 19 at the 28. Quarterback Rupp, straight back to pass. And he finds a wide open, number 82, Jed Karpinski, for the completion and a 28-yard touchdown. Two-point attempt. Rupp pitching out to Zavarik, and Zavarik gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Scoreboard shows with 4:01 left in the first quarter. Mount Carmel area 8, Marian Catholic 0. Number 81 kicking off for the Red Tornadoes, Greg Kent. And Kent's kickoff is taken at the 10 by one of the offensive backs. Returned to the 30, number 39, Mark Matro on the stop. 1st and 10, Marian on its own 30. Fullback number 33, Chickley, gets 5. 73, Emmett Kent, and 39, Mark Matro on the stop. 2nd and 5 at the 35. Marian's All-State candidate, Jim Agosti on the carry. Number 70, Vince Giacomini, and 66, Greg Sakavage, hold him to a yard. 3rd and 4 at the 36. Quarterback McCullion, sacked by number 66, Sakavage, for a loss of 4. And now Marian's faced with a 4th and 8 at the 32. Chickley's punt. Signaled for and a fair caught by Zavarik at the Red Tornadoes 33. 1st and 10 at their own 33. Zavarik gets a carry and picks up 4 yards out to the 37. Number 33, Chickley on the stop. 2nd and 6 at the 37. Zavarik again around the left side, picks up 4 out to the 41 with number 99, Jim Babolsky on the tackle. 3rd and 2 at the 41. Quarterback Rupp, back to pass, and he finds number 81, Greg Kent, down to the Marian 46. Red Tornadoes now with a 1st and 10 at the Marian 46. Zavarik takes the pitch and gets 4 yards as he trips out to the 42. And there's the scoreboard showing the end of the first quarter with the score, Mount Carmel area 8, Marian Catholic 0. Start the second quarter now. 2nd and 4 at the 42. Zavarik picks up 5 yards. Number 79 Marks and number 20 Rich Belogic on the stop. 3rd and 1 at the 37. And Zavarik gets the first down. Red Tornadoes now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. Rupp back to pass, and pass is overthrown. 2nd and 10 at the 36. Again, Rupp is back to pass, and this time, again, he finds Jed Karpinski down to the 5-yard line. Red Tornadoes now down on the 5 with a 1st and goal. Pitch back to Zavarik, almost lost it. Bad pitch, but he got it, and he dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. 2-point attempt. But there you see the official throw the flag. 5-yard penalty against Red Tornadoes. On the retry, the 2-point conversion, Zavarik, following the block of Mazer, gets in for the 2 points. And the scoreboard with 10:45 left in the second quarter. Mount Carmel Area 16, Marian Catholic 0. Greg Kent's kickoff, as many of his kickoffs do, goes into the end zone for a touchback. Marian will now get the ball on their own 20, 1st and 10. Chickley on the carry. Number 81, Greg Kent comes in and throws him for a 5-yard loss. That brings up a 2nd and 15 at the 15. Augusti coming around the left side, breaking tackles. Another one. A couple more, another one. And that's why he was mentioned for All-State. But he gets 27 yards to the 42. Zavarik finally bringing him down. 1st and 10 at the 42. Chickley picks up 3 as Sakavich comes in on the tackle. 2nd and 7 now. And quarterback McCullion on a keeper picks up 6 yards out to the 49 with Greg Kent, and I think it was 35 Glenn Meredith on the tackle. 3rd and 1 at the 49. Augusti is held to no gain. Meredith making the stop. 4th and 1. That was Augusti had been held to no gain, but he gets 6 on this one. Rich Brennan making the tackle. 1st and 10 at the 45, and Chickley is held to 1 yard. Brings up a 2nd and 9 at the 44. Cullion is got in the backfield, loses a yard back to the 45. Brings up a 3rd and 10 at the 45 for the Colts. Quarterback McCullion's pass. This time he completes it to number 83, Mark Cotner, to the 39, with Robbie Zavarik on the tackle. 4th and 4 at the 39. Marian is going for it. Quarterback McCullion is sacked by number 37, Seth Mazer, a loss of 8. And with that, the Red Tornadoes hold and take over 1st and 10 at their own 47. First play, a double reverse to Mariano, and he picks up 9 yards to the Marian 44. Red Tornadoes now with a 2nd 1 at the 44. And the film broke here after we pick up 3 yards. Couldn't identify the ball carrier. But it is a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41. Quarterback Rupp's pass to number 32, Eddie Dimnick, is good for 41 yards and a touchdown with a great block by number 21, Rich Brennan, on the play. 2-point attempt. Rupp's pass. Broken up by number 23, Reynolds, but there is a penalty on Marian. Red Tornadoes retry, 2-point conversion. And this time, we see Robbie Zavarik zigzagging his way into the end zone. 2-point conversion. Scoreboard with 4:46 left in the second quarter. Mount Carmel area 24, Marian Catholic 0. Greg Kent's kickoff. And once again, he puts it into the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 at the 20. To Magosti on a pitch, held to no gain by a bunch of tacklers. 2nd and 10 at the 20. McCullion on a keeper gets 2 as Greg Kent comes in to make the stop on the left end. Brings up a 3rd and 8 at the 22. McCullion dropping back to pass. Slight jump pass. Looked like it might have been tipped at the line by Sakavich. 4th and 8 at the 22. Chickley back in punt formation. And the punt is taken by number 32, Eddie Dimnick. And Dimnick weaving his way down the field, avoiding tacklers. Gets all the way down to the 11-yard line where Chickley tackles him and knocks him out of bounds. But there is a penalty on Marian as well. Red Tornadoes then have a 1st and goal at the 5. Pitch to Zavarik. Number 23, Reynolds, making the touchdown saving stop on the 2. 2nd and goal at the 2. Mazer gets the carry, but he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and goal at the 2 for the Red Tornadoes. Handoff to Zavarik, who dives over the plow into the end zone. Red Tornadoes touchdown. This time, the Red Tornadoes will be going for the PAT 1. But you saw number 76 break in there, Dave Trice, and block it. Scoreboard with 1:59 left in the half. Mount Carmel area 30, Marian 0. Greg Kent's kickoff for the 3rd straight time. Goes deep into the end zone. Touchback. Marian, 1st and 10 at their own 20. Fullback Chickley is held to no gain. 2nd and 10 at the 20. Tailback Agosti on the pitch. Gets 8 yards to the 28 and a 15-yard penalty on the Red Tornadoes. That gives Marian a 1st and 10 at the 43. McCullion's pass is completed to a wide open number 23, Reynolds to the 50. Matro on the stop. 2nd and 3 at the 50. Number 28, Rich Balagoch, is caught for a 6-yard loss to the 44 by Greg Kent on the stop, plus a penalty on Marian. So we repeat 2nd down and 23 at the 30. Cullian's pass falls incomplete, actually is dropped. 3rd and 10 at the 30. Sakavich hits McCullion and fumbles. Mount Carmel area recovers at the 20, but there's a 15-yard penalty on MCA. Ball down to 35. 1st and 10 at the 35. Mazer, number 37, gets the carry and picks up 5 out to the 30 of the Colts. 2nd and 5 at the Colts 30. Now in number 7, Paul Szymanski at quarterback, back to pass. But the play was blown dead, a 5-yard penalty procedure on Mount Carmel. 2nd and 10 at the 35. Szymanski's pitch to Mariano goes wild and recovered back at the 50 by Mariano. 3rd and 25 at the 50. Szymanski back to pass. He is sacked by Joe Sniski at the Mount Carmel area 48. 4th and 27 at their own 48. This time it's Robbie Zavarik, number 23, back to punt. His punt taken by Reynolds, and he returns it out to the 18. 1st and 10 at the 18. Quarterback McCullion, back to pass, is sacked at the 11 by Meredith and Chicatano for a loss of 7. 2nd and 7 at the 11. Shickley up the middle gets 4 to the 15. 3rd and 13 at the 15. Quarterback McCullion, number 1, drops straight back to pass, and his pass falls incomplete. Marian now has a 4th and 13 at the 15, and Shickley's punt, picked up by Mariano and handed off to Eddie Dimnick. And Dimnick goes down the right sideline all the way, 47 yards for a Red Tornado touchdown. Extra point attempt by Greg Kent is good, but a 5-yard penalty on the Tornadoes. And the retry. And it's good again with Eddie Dimnick holding. Scoreboard now will show 4:57 remaining in the third quarter. Mount Carmel area 44, Marian nothing. Number 81, Greg Kent's kickoff. If I count it right, that's the 4th straight time he put it in the end zone for a touchback. Marian, 1st and 10 at the 20. Number 33, Chickilly, is tackled by number 71, Dave Kraniak, gain of 1. 2nd and 9 at the 21. Quarterback, McCullion's pass, completed to number 83, Mark Cotner, 6-yard gain, 32 at Dimnick on the tackle. 3rd and 3 at the 27, Mount Carmel area's left tackle, offside, 5-yard penalty. 1st and 10 at the 32, Agosti on a carry, picks up 2 to the 34 with Meredith making the stop. And on this play, McCullion's pass completed to number 45, or completed at the 45. There was a penalty on the play, so we do it over. 1st and 25 at the 19. McCullion again back to pass. And the pass is almost intercepted by 3 Red Tornado defenders, but none of them can hang on. 2nd and 25 at the 19. Fullback draw to Chickilly. Gets 2 yards to the 21 with number 38, Eric Hatch, making the tackle. And now you see the scoreboard at halftime showing Mount Carmel area 30, Marian Catholic nothing. But what happened was Reel 3 had been missing when we first put this on, and we tried to incorporate it back, but it looks like the film was probably spliced. And we'll try to recreate this later on. Continue on now, picking up action at the kickoff by number 81, Greg Kent, to start the second half. And it's taken at the 3, but there is a penalty, and therefore the re-kick. Taken at the 32 by number 32, Jim Agosti. And Agosti returns it 27 yards until Greg Kent makes a stop. 1st and 10 at the 27. Agosti on the carry, gets 4 to the 31 with number 73, Emmett Kent, on the tackle. There is a fumble on the play, and it's recovered by number 37, Seth Mazer. Red Tornadoes now, 1st and 10 at Marian 32. Quarterback, number 7, Paul Szymanski's pass is completed to number 81, Greg Kent, and he takes it 26 yards, while number 83, Mark Cotner, makes the stop. At the 6, Szymanski pitches to Zavarik, and following a block by Mazer, he goes in from 6 yards out. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. The extra point by Greg Kent with number 32, Ed Dimmick holding. His signal good by the official. And score is now 37-0. Kent's kickoff. He puts another one into the end zone. It's Marian back, watches it. 1st and 10 at the 20. Quarterback number 1, McCullion's pass is completed, but it's caught out of bounds. Signaled by the official. 2nd and 10 at the 20. And the Red Tornadoes jump off sides, 5-yard penalty. That gives Marian a 2nd and 5 at the 25. Fullback number 33, Chiquilli, gets 4 yards to the third out, and number 38, Eric Katz, makes the tackle. 3rd and 1 at the 29. Chiquilli on carry is stopped by Katz again. Chiquilli's punt now is picked up by number 27, Damian Mariano, at the 26, and he gets back 7 yards to the 33. Number 64, Bob Jones, on the tackle, but there's a penalty on Marian and a re-kick. 4th and 11 at the 19, and once again we get a penalty, roughing the punter on the Red Tornadoes. And now looks like 4th and 5 at the 37. It's not logical, but that appears on the film. The punt is taken at the Mount Carmel area 30 by Dimnick. He hands off to Mariano, and he gets it out to the 39. 1st and 10 at the 39. Szymanski pitches to Dimnick. That was Mariano, rather. 6 yards to the 45, Bill McFadden on the stop. 2nd and 4 at the 45. And here, Szymanski's pitch to Dimnick is recovered by number 42, Keith Ramsey, at the 38. And there the scoreboard now shows the end of the 3rd quarter, the start of the 4th quarter. Mount Carmel area 44, Marian Catholic 0. Marian with a 1st and 10 at the Red Tornadoes 39. McCullion's pass is tipped by number 12, Rob Gergen, but Agosti makes a diving catch at the 16. Marian 1st and 10 at the 16, gets 5. Chiquilli to the 11. 2nd and 5 at the 11. McCullion dropped straight back to pass, and he completes it to 22, Bill McFadden, 11 yards, and McFadden gets the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Marian. 2-point try. McCullion on a keeper is stopped short. Looked like number 86, Tony Chicatano, on the tackle. Scoreboard with 10:51 remaining, 44-6 on Carmel area. Chiquilli's kickoff taken at the 10 by number 27, Davey Mariano. Returned out to the 27, where number 42, Ramsey, makes a stop. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes at the 32. After a 5-yard penalty, number 42, Paul Pahutsky, carries to the 34 for a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 at the 34. And Szymanski recovers his own fumble at the 34. 3rd and 5 at the 34. Szymanski, a quick pass, it falls incomplete. Red Tornadoes now have a 4th and 5 at the 34. Zabarak in punt formation. His punt is taken by number 83, Mark Cotner, and number 61, Bill Fracolosi, on the tackle. 1st and 10 at 32. Number 9, Mark Stelmach at quarterback. The halfback is hit by number 71, Dave Kranak. 2nd and 11 at 31. Stelmach back to pass, and the pass is incomplete. We now pick up further action, Mount Carmel area on its own 27. From the 27, number 35, Glenn Meredith gets 4. Number 67, Chuck Tinnins on the tackle. From the 31, Szymanski pitches to Mariano, who picks up a yard, as number 87, Dave Schober, makes the stop. Third down at the 32, and you see the flag coming in from the official. So Red Tornadoes are now on their 27. Meredith is hit by number 71, Dave Grant, and gets a yard. With the 4th and long from the 28, Varick in punt formation. And his punt is taken at the Marian 40 by number 22, McFadden, who gets around the left side, gets past the would-be tackler, and outruns the pursuit into the end zone. Touchdown, McFadden of the Colts. 2-point try, and there's a penalty on number 72, jumping across the line. Retry on the 2-point, and Chickley is stopped by Mount Carmel area defense. Number 51, George Zimmerman, one of the tacklers. With 8:42 left in the game, scores 44-12, Red Tornadoes. Marian's kickoff is by number 52, Joe Sniski, and it's taken at the 10 by Eddie Dimnick, who returns it straight up the middle, out to the 32. Number 45, Pat Clausen on the stop. We now pick up further action with Marian at zone 32. Number 45, Clausen held to no gain. Number 55, Bob Crawford on the tackle. Marian with a 4th and 10 at the 31, and Chickley's punt is out of bounds, but again a penalty. Marian gets the ball back, 1st and 10 at 46. Number 15, Greg Sanko gets 1 yard. Kraniak on the stop. 2nd and 9 at the 47. Stelmach's pass falls incomplete, out of bounds. 3rd down and 9. Quarterback Stelmach is sacked by Meredith and Catch. And that gives the Colts a 4th down and long, putting Chickley back to punt. And Mariano drops it but falls on it at the 31. 1st and 10 at the 31. Number 22, Robbie Zavarick's brother, Joey Zavarick, gets the carry and gets 2. 2nd and 8 at their own 33. And Szymanski pitches out to number 31 at the last minute, Tommy Weldon. And Tommy Weldon gets around the right side and goes down 28 yards. 1st and 10 at the Marian 39. Number 31, Weldon, on a quick hitter, gets it, breaks several tackles, and picks up 17 yards to the 22. 1st and 10 at the 22. Number 7, Szymanski, on a quarterback keeper, picks up 4 yards. 2nd and 6 at the 18. Handoff to Weldon, and he loses the ball but bounces on it at the 15. 3rd and 3 at the 15. Pitch back to Weldon. Number 50, Frank Castellano, finally gets a hold of Weldon, takes him out of bounds at the 5. 1st and goal at the 5. Number 24, Ron James, goes in from 5 yards out. Red Tornado touchdown. Red Tornadoes will try a 2-point conversion. Szymanski pitches back, but the pitch is fumbled, and 2-point conversion is no good. With 56 seconds left in the game, Mount Carmel area 50, Marian Catholic 12. Number 62 now kicking off for the Red Tornadoes, Ed Jacko. His kickoff taken at the 32 by number 41, Mike Clausen, and stopped by number 88, Bill McFadden. Marian with a 1st and 10 at the 32. Sanko on the carry is stopped by Petroskevich. 2nd and 9 at the 33. Fumble is recovered by Stelmach, and that was the final play of the game. As we now see the scoreboard shows Mount Carmel area 50, Marian Catholic 12. And now the final score of the 1977 game at the Silver Bowl in Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania, was the Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes 50, the Marian Catholic Colts 12. This was all-time win number 486 for the Mount Carmel program. This also was the first game ever played between Marian Catholic and Mount Carmel on the gridiron. The following personnel have donated their time and expertise to further the great traditions of Mount Carmel Area High School football.